Hello, adventurers. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I'd like to welcome you all to the 55th, I almost said 55'd, to the 55th episode
55'd.
of Campaign 2 of
55.
Casters and
Remember that?
Cantrips,
I'm old.
where some of your favorite streamers play Dungeons and Dragons live on Friday nights. I'm joined by our amazing cast of Blaine Dreadful, Mac and Cheese Please, Virtual Spectre, and Moves Like Jagger from the GG and True. Nina will not be joining us tonight. She's gone, but not forgotten.
Forever.
Not forever. She's not going to be here tonight. It's okay. She has a lot of stuff going on.
She's out there making friends with famous people.
That's actually very true. It's actually true.
Gonna ride her coattails until forever.
Until she shakes us off.
Just like I miss you guys.
No.
And
Then she gave like the finger and thumb, like, where's my money?
Money, please.
Me, please.
Me, please.
$1. All I got.
Hopefully, everyone is having a stupendous day, whether it is Friday evening or Saturday or whenever it is, whenever you're listening to this. It could be now or it could be in the future, or we could have been then, I guess would be the right way to say it. We could be whenever.
We could be whatever.
We are whenever you want to be.
Yes.
Like it.
Absolutely. But if you want to be where we are, we're on YouTube right now. Check us out at youtube.com/@castersandcantrips. Check us out there. We also have some of our VODs that go only on YouTube, like our Tome of Knowledge, as well as our Out of Combat, which is the show after the show, where we talk about the show and spill all the secrets. And if you don't like looking at our faces, good news is you can just listen to us on our podcast, which is everywhere podcasts are given away. Go ahead.
Also, shame on you.
For not liking our faces.
Damn.
Yeah, shame on them. But don't be shamed because I know people like podcasts. And with that being said, yeah, you can go get our podcast everywhere podcasts are. Or if you want them early, go to Patreon, patreon.com/castersandcantrips, where you get early access to all of those things. Inside news, I think I actually found a podcast that I'll sit and watch or listen to like the entire thing now. And I've been notoriously a not podcast person.
What's it called?
It is the most
Casters and Cantrips?
Yeah. It is the most
Hashtag not sponsored.
It is the most ridiculous premise. It's not a secret that I like metal music. There's a band, it's called Necrogoblicon, and they have like their band's mascot called John Goblicon, and it's an actor who wears full goblin outfit. And he used to have the talk show during COVID where they had actual guests come on, and now he started a podcast. It is, I don't know, I just find it absolutely hilarious. So that's my one podcast that I like. They've done 3 episodes and I've watched the whole hour every time. What was that?
Sorry, I hit my boom arm.
I think you're just playing some spooky music. That's what it sounded like.
Did someone just bang the gong? Is it time to get started? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was like a it's like a stinger, like someone's getting ready to get like axed in our horror movie or something. But anyway, thanks everybody for hanging and watching with us. As always, you can watch Tome of Knowledge on Monday nights, 6 p.m. Pacific, where our wonderful hosts Moobs and VS talk about the upcoming news in D&D world, of which there is a lot. If you haven't caught up, you can get all of it.
Upsetting.
Until we cover druids next week.
I don't know. I might be coming around to druid. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll join you guys. I have to decide how angry I am that day before I commit.
It might not be bad. It can't be worse than Ranger. We hit rock bottom there. So the only way
that
is
is
up.
true. Nothing's worse than Ranger ever.
I went in not expecting much, and I got what I got.
You're still disappointed.
And if you would like to share your disappointment in the current Ranger meta, join our Discord. Discord.gg/casters and cantrips. Also, I will say that in our music channel, there have been just absolute banger after banger posted today.
I need to start posting there. I got some stuff.
Let me tell you, if you like metal, there is a metal band from India that just is dropping a new album called Bloody Wood. Some good stuff.
If you don't like metal, don't worry. Every now and then I post like pop just to offset.
yes, you do.
I don't even like I swing hard in the other direction. It's not even necessarily the only thing I listen to, but I just have to like balance it.
Yeah.
If you want to see what Moobs looks like 13 years ago playing in a ska band, I posted a video there.
Oh my God. That's so good.
Mm-hmm. I will never, ever post any show that I've ever done a decade ago. So props to
Don't
you,
worry,
Moobs.
chat. I've been talking to his grandparents. I'm trying to find the tapes.
Oh.
Please don't.
I'm not going to share them. He might divorce me. But I'm going to watch them, and I'll just let you know what they're like.
There are a handful of CDs out there. It was the first band that I was the singer in that I wish to be destroyed.
DB, I'll show you. Only you.
I'm going to the dark web to find this.
Just remember when you
I think
stare
that
into the
was
void,
before
the
the
void
internet
stares back,
existed,
Moobs.
so you know.
All right. So with all that, last thing is, hey, thanks everybody for getting us over 4,700 listens on our podcast. So thanks for doing that, by the way. We hope that you enjoy. I hope that you're picking up what we're putting down, and I like that you're doing that. But without any further ado, I think we should get prepared for this week's episode of Casters and Cantrips. Our adventurers set out to complete their final task to ensure Captain Blackbeak's ascension in the upcoming Captain's Congress vote. After successfully sabotaging Captain Haldrick's ship, they turned their attention to discrediting Captain Mira, a well-respected and influential figure among the pirates. The team devised a plan to forge a letter implicating Captain Mira in dealings with the Conservancy, the sworn enemy of all the pirates. Taj utilized her forgery skills to create some incriminating documents, while Hayden and Azric gathered information by shadowing Mira's crew members, particularly focusing on Marlin, the flamboyant and arrogant deck wizard of this ship. Disguising themselves, the group orchestrated a meeting with Marlin at the Drunken Mermaid Tavern, where they managed to slip a potent sleeping potion into his drink, rendering him unconscious. Taj then disguised herself as Marlin, donning his clothes, taking his belongings, and returning to the tavern to cause a scene. She loudly accused Captain Mira of collaborating directly with the Conservancy, waving the forged letter and a piece of a Conservancy flag for all to see. Chaos erupted as rumors spread like wildfire. Mira's crew members tried to contain the situation, but the damage had already been done. An angry mob formed, intent on confronting Mira and her associates, and amidst the turmoil, the party discreetly slipped away, leaving Marlin incapacitated and their plan in full effect. With Captain Mira's reputation severely tarnished, they hoped this final act would secure Captain Blackbeak's victory in the forthcoming votes. That is where we'll begin our episode this evening. And just where we had left off, you all are in the Drunken Mermaid, in the aftermath. It's the end of the evening. You all are preparing to wind down and have your long rest for the evening. Yeah, you are in the tavern. So the mob is marching on. There are some stragglers behind, but not too many. But a little bit of some business, by the way, before we get started. Taj, I believe that you had stolen a wizard's spellbook.
Ooh.
Shame on you.
Yeah, happens to the best of us.
And with that, I'm gonna, of course, paste this in our team chat, but I'm going to tell you just a few of the spells that you had found in this spell book. So here's the full list for you. Some notable spells, of course, are Fly, a level 3 spell, which you had seen him perform. You also have Arcane Self, Cloud of Daggers, Animate Dead, Comprehend Languages, Color Spray, and among others. So in all, $16 spells, of which you can add as you have the time to perform some studious wizardly copying of spells over to your spellbook. And if you remember that it does cost gold as well as time, depending on the level of the spell. However, if it is the same school as yours, there's some discount on the time and the money. You'll have to look at those, though, for the same school. I can't be 100% certain on which ones they are because I didn't write that down.
Okay.
But for copying a spell in your spell book, for each level of the spell, it takes 2 hours and 50 gold. But once you copy it to your spell book, it's yours forever.
So an example, a 3rd level spell would be 150 gold.
In 6 hours.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it is the same school as yours, in which it would take the gold and time would be cut in half.
Cool. Thank you.
Quite the find, and I don't think that there was a whole lot of overlap, to be honest. I was surprised. So lots of new tools.
Did you just roll for stuff, or did you already have it planned?
Both. Some things that were on there and some things I filled in the gaps. So I don't got time to make a whole wizard spell book. Marlon's just out there living his life, you know. So with that, you can spend some time. You've got time in the evening. I would say it's like end of the day, so you can choose some money and some time and things on what you would like to do for that. Is there any conversations or anything that you all would like to have before the end of the evening?
So you guys really pulled it off?
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll really know for sure tomorrow or when the voting actually happens. But we did all 5, yes.
Well, I was there for some of them. I meant the last one.
Oh, yeah. No, not a problem.
I was working on me and Kuda were working on our grow lab.
Oh.
How is the grow lab?
Oh, it's going really good. We'll have fresh fruit in maybe a month. I don't know.
A month? Very impressive.
Yeah, so you don't think you got caught, though? You think it all worked and Blackbeak will be paid off and then we're free to do what we want?
Oh, no, 5,000 gold will be reduced from our loan. We still have
How
to pay
much
them.
is left then?
20,000.
Oh. That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, good work. And Emmy just skips off to work on the grow lab.
Well, I look at Taj and Hayden. Well, it's a good thing that she has no clue that we ruined so many people's lives today.
Yeah.
Maybe,
maybe many more to come as well.
Yeah, that's true. It all comes down to the vote, and for our sake, I hope Black Peak wins.
When is the vote?
Is it 2 days?
It is currently Septima the 20th, which is a Fire's Day. The vote is on the 22nd, which is Sunday.
It might be a good idea to have the ship fully stocked and prepared to leave if something doesn't go the way it should be. Hopefully it's repaired by then.
We can double check and check in on the progress.
Yes, whenever this ship is completed and this boat is over, I don't know about you, but I have no pressing business here, so perhaps we skip out as soon as we can.
I agree. I think everything I have, all my affairs in order. Anything you have left outstanding responsibilities, Taj?
Not that I know of.
All right. Very good. And there's nothing else. I bid you all a good night.
Very well.
Sleep.
Alrighty, so you all are going Mimi's, as Mac would say.
You Mimi's.
As you all are going Mimi's and getting ready for your long rest, Hayden, you get a message inside of your brain. And with that, it's going to be a secret. So Bun, or for Emmy and Taj and Azric, they won't be able to hear this, but the audience will.
Okay.
So they should no longer be able to hear me anymore. So, Hayden, as you were preparing for rest for the evening, you are sitting on your bed, waiting to end the rest of the day, and kicking the shoes off, calling it a good day's work. In your mind, you hear these 25 words spoken to you. We have acquired new information from 2 acquaintances of yours. We're sending out a crew to verify, vouch for them, work with them, remain vigilant. You can respond to this, by the way, in 25 words.
Thank you. Bit busy, but I'll keep an eye out. And that's all I say.
Very well. You get a message back, this time shorter. Very well. You may recognize a member of that crew. Remain vigilant. And with that, you go to bed. I'll bring everyone else back in.
Okay.
All right, and you all go to bed for the evening, and you gain the wonderful long rest.
My world has returned.
Yep. So you all gain the benefit of a long rest, and it is now the 21st of Septima. The vote is tomorrow. And you all wake up and then the Drunken Mermaid in your rooms. So, is there anything in particular that you all would like to do today?
I would like to check the progress of the ship repairs and make sure our ship is fully stocked in the event of an event of immediate departure.
Very well. All right. And you set out to go to over to Graves, Reginald Graves shipwright, and make your way over. And once you arrive there, not much of a line as last time, but there's quite a bit of hustle and bustle as the vote is tomorrow, and things just sort of seem electric on the cove. But you make your way over there, and he's sort of behind the counter looking through some logs.
Oh, Reggie, my good friend, how are you today?
I'm quite busy, but I'm sure you're asking about the repairs on your ship.
Of course, yes.
I can, of course, well, it was quite damaged, you understand, so I think that, with sort of expedited repairs, you could be ready to go first thing in the morning. If you'd like, we could go ahead and stock as well.
Oh, yes, that would be absolutely wonderful.
I will say it's not my finest work, but taste was, well, impressed upon me by some of your crew.
Well, given the circumstances, I think you've done a terrific job.
Very well.
Thank you.
Of course. Just let me know if you need anything else before you leave.
No, nothing comes to mind other than, fully stocked and ready to go. Thank you.
And just as you turn around to head back to going about your business, you immediately bump into a rugged, stout dwarf with long, braided black beard with various trinkets in it. And you immediately recognize that it's Ironhide, the quartermaster of Blackbeak. Ah! Glad I caught you! She wants to see you. And the rest of you, officers meeting.
Of course, yes. I will gather the crew and make post haste.
I'll be escorting you, so make it snappy. I got shit to do.
All right, just, I got a longer stride than you.
What did you say to me?
I said, I have a longer stride than you because my legs are longer.
I'm just messing with you, and just sort of slaps your shoulder.
Oh my god.
Oh, no way would I stick you in the middle of the streets. Too many people seeing us.
Of course, yes. All right, then let's get on with it.
And he is right on your heels.
I do like a brisk speed walk.
I mean, he is doing a nice, like, it's that awkward like speed where like you could speed walk or you could like break out into a very light jog. Mm-hmm. He's lightly jogging.
Okay.
Just so you have a picture in your mind. So you can gather your officers and the crew and such, and you can make your way over to sort of Blackbeak's base of operations at the cove, and you have all of the officers in tow, including Whisper. And she sort of looks, what the fuck do we do now?
Well, all the jobs are done. We report in. I'm assuming she's looking for an update. And that'll be that.
Right. I'm imagine on speed up the repairs in case we needed to make a quick exit.
I've already asked Reggie to do that and to fully stock the ship. So if need be, we can skedaddle.
No, I'm telling you, I already did that. So you're welcome.
So you were the one he was speaking about. Okay. Well, thank you.
Because, well, if things do go sideways, I would not like to stick around.
We are of one mind.
Well, he looks at you all. Looks like you've been busy.
What were you up to these past few days?
Someone had to take care of the ship, didn't they?
Right, quite right, yes.
Since you are involved in extracurriculars, it seemed.
Yes, we not one for politics, but you know how it is.
Well, I would just like you to appreciate that the answer to your question of what I've been up to wasn't whatever the fuck I want, because that would be an appropriate answer as well. See? I'm growing, learning.
I'm glad that you are in a chipper mood, because you're going to need that after we discuss things with Captain Blackbeard.
Be fun. And Ironhide leads you up the stairs into her sort of office suite, where she's sitting behind the desk. And it is sort of a smaller desk because she is small, being a Penganu. But her sort of red eyes and yellow tufts of feathers sort of staring into you all. I'm glad that you all have done so well since your return to the Cove.
Thank you. We've done everything that you requested.
That's 5,000 gold off of your tally. Congratulations.
Thank you for the opportunity.
No. There are some rumors of a new player on the board that might make things complicated for the vote.
A new player?
Whispers, musings. Someone going back to the Cove that hasn't been seen in quite a while. I would like you all to do a bit of investigating for me. Find their angle, what they want, what they desire, their pain points, what they fear.
And who would this person be?
Let's keep that a surprise, shall we? Not a really bit of fun.
So, you want us to investigate someone but not tell me who it is?
You'll know.
Just to clarify.
Oh, you'll know. Someone that I believe you two knew very well. Perhaps. She looks over at Taj and Azric when she says that.
No, he has no ship. He was led to ruin. That can't be possible.
Well, that's why I want you to find out what they're up to. Seems rather strange to me.
Understood, yes.
You look shocked.
Is there anything else before we depart.
Nothing that I can really think of in the moment. But if give me information that I find adequate, interesting, things I can use, you would be rewarded for your service to me. No mistake.
Yes, we would do all that we can and get as much information as possible.
Well, enjoy yourselves. A little family reunion of sorts.
Yes, it will definitely be a reunion to remember.
Send Iron in when you leave, please.
As you wish.
And of the four of you, Hayden, you have the highest passive here on insight. You can sort of read Blackbeak here. She's enjoying playing little games with you and your friends. But you also notice that she looks sort of at Whisper, maybe a passing glance. Almost like she's purposefully like snubbing her a bit. But your meeting is adjourned and you all are free to leave the office of Blackbeak.
Right, crew, I think we need to have another officers meeting of our own.
Do we know where Whisper is?
She's with you. She's in the room.
Posh, this is not good.
It will be fine.
I mean, this is Captain Blackthorn we're talking about. He's not going to welcome us with open arms.
That is, even if it is true. Do you believe the rumors?
If it comes from her, then it has to be credible information.
Where do you suppose we will find him?
I don't even know. We have probably has a new ship, a new crew, or guess we'll have to scour the streets and look for information.
Could also maybe go missing?
Is this real quick? Sorry, is this between just you two, or is this like, are we a group? So,
It's like in the group.
okay,
It's the officers meeting is now.
Yeah.
Situation. Got it.
okay. This captain from your past. Bad history, I'm assuming.
This last time we saw him is when you found us in Rossadon.
Does that
Aye.
mean?
He was Taj and I's former captain before the ship was blown to bits.
Okay. Well, then you must be happy to see him.
Oh, it's been so long. I don't know.
Can I get like a read on what Azric's really thinking, or at least trying to pick up on if he's like super worried or if he's like
Kind of panicking a little bit.
Okay, I figured.
Whisper speaks up. It's no secret what happened to the Withered Rose.
Oh, what happened? Is it a really good pirate story?
One of the best. Gruesome.
Did a kraken get it?
Oh, no. Nothing as exciting as that.
That's good. Those stories really give kraken a bad name. It's not fair.
Well, the Withered Rose was the subject of a bit of a disagreement on the last voyage. A mutiny of sorts. And after that, they never recovered. Never got control of his crew again. Sort of faded into irrelevance. From what I heard, he's almost succeeded too. Pretty damn close.
Yeah, it was the quartermaster when I drove it. He's the one who led the mutiny.
Mutiny? There was a mutiny?
Yeah.
Oh, how did you all survive?
It's not infrequent among pirates.
Oh, I've read about them.
You
You didn't mutiny, though, surely.
I mean, there was chaos, flames about. Taj and I got off the ship, and then we awoken on the shores of Rossadon in the hospital.
Whisper, what sort of standing did this captain have prior to losing everything? Why is he Worry Blackbeak?
Well, at his peak, he was, well, one of the best, I would say. Decent prizes, consistent, sort of, got in his head about, you know what always happens, the last one, the big one. Sort of, filled his mind. Delusions of grandeur.
Bit of a rivalry, perhaps?
I can't speak to any of that. Wasn't on the ship. I'm sure. Perhaps they could fill in the details since they were there. She gestures towards Taj and Azric.
Well, Whisper says it's true. He lost his marbles. Half the crew was with him, the other half was not. Rovers led the mutiny. There was chaos on the ship. People died. Ship went down. And that was the last we ever heard.
That might make things a little tougher. A man who started to go mad, lost his ship, lost his crew, disappeared, comes back, probably even more mad and insane.
Is he
Not likely. I'm sorry, Amy.
Is he going to kill us all?
Well, it may not be easy to reason with him, assuming we do find him. Nor will his thoughts make much sense if he's that far gone. Incoherent motives, that sort of thing. I don't know. What say you, Azric?
Well, so we'll have to find out where he got his fortune to get back in the race. I mean, I've known him since I was a wee boy, and he hired Taj here because of her gift of fortune telling.
Well, either of you close to him at all? Were you just crew? Did you have any sort of positive relationship with the captain? I guess what I'm asking is, when he sees you two, will it fill him with joy or fucking rage?
That is hard to say. There was so much chaos on the ship. We jumped overboard so we did not get hurt. He might see that as abandoning his leadership. But I don't know. It probably will not be good, is my guess.
I mean, he practically raised me as his own, but I mean, he wasn't the kindest man. Treated me like shit, most of all, when I was a child, until I got older.
Well, I'm just going to say what everyone's thinking. We can't fucking kill him here, obviously. Because of the history, as I think that fingers would be immediately pointed to any other previous crew members that he had. Well known, and he suffered a mutiny, so not to mention, of course, the laws of the island. Go.
And we have reason to believe he's here. Sounded like we're not sure. I think it'd be pretty obvious if a new ship came rolling into the bay.
If I'm a newly restored pirate captain with presumably a new ship, first thing I'm probably doing is trying to fill it with crew. Which, only two places where a lot of them hang out on the isle. You're either looking at the Mermaid, which it's not going to be full till this evening, or Port.
Well, I mean, his style will probably be at the Mermaid.
Well, like I'm leaving out in the evening. I'm sure he'll be there where the people are.
Well, let's not make our presence known. Well, I guess Taj and I. He doesn't know about you a lot. Taj and I would change our appearance, and it'd just be a strictly reconnaissance mission. We get more
Do you
information.
want me to be a cat again?
If that makes you more comfortable.
I don't know. I was just asking.
Just, I wouldn't turn into the same cat in case our
Right.
friend is still looking for you.
Maybe I'll be a dog this time. I could be a parrot. Pirates have pet parrots, right?
Yes. Sometimes.
Okay.
Monkeys too.
I don't know how to be a monkey.
I think you've seen so many here on the island.
I haven't really been paying attention. I guess I could try.
The parrot is fine. And have some weird looking monkey about. Bring too many questions.
Well, shall we be on our way?
Yes. Guess we go check out the Drunken Mermaid one again.
And it was sort of indicated to you that the best place to try and drum up some crew would have been this evening when it's hopping. And I'll also add the obvious choice. Emmy was a sea monkey, but we'll let this one slide.
What?
I said the obvious choice would have been a sea monkey. But we'll let that slide.
Are those little things?
Yeah.
Are those real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They're real, yeah.
No,
You know,
I'll
you
look
remember
that up.
growing up, you had a little tank and you can, and then you had like a magnifying glass so you can see them just swimming around.
Mm-hmm. They sure don't look like monkeys at
Ooh.
all.
They're really scary. They don't look like monkeys.
No,
Yeah,
they don't.
That's what they called them when we were growing up.
They're horrifying. Those are like face huggers.
Yeah, it was really weird. You could win them at like, I don't know, festivals and fairs and stuff.
Just-
Or, like,
Well,
games.
thank you for that nightmare fuel,
Just think
everyone.
of the Sea Monkeys cartoon. There was a whole cartoon as well.
There was?
Oh, there
Oh, yeah.
was. Yeah, there was.
Learning so many things today.
Yeah, that's also terrifying.
Oh, man.
There's also another cartoon that had undersea adventures that was, it wasn't the Smurfs, it was the Snorks, if anyone remembers that. I think I'm dating myself
Really?
That
here.
sounds very familiar.
They had little doot doot things on their head.
Weren't they Martians?
Mm-mm. I think they were just underwater bros. I don't know. So is there anything that you all would like to do before evening time?
I just want to check in on the grow lab, whatever work I can in on that, but that can be handled kind of off screen. And then I'm just waiting for the rest of the group to be ready, and then I'm going to be a parrot, a blue parrot on Azric's shoulder.
Okay. Very well. So it is now the evening time. You've taken the rest of the day to sort of gather your bearings and weather the news that was brought before you by Blackbeak. And of course, the Drunken Mermaid is hopping. Poor Silas just can barely keep up. Only a couple more days of this, but you know what? He's probably made absolute bank in this place. You all know that the next evening is going to be the Captain's Congress vote. So you have one more sleep. And as you sort of get into the common area, there's a large sort of crowd gathered, sort of enjoying the evening. Azric nor Taj see any sign of Blackthorn at the moment.
I'm gonna look like Gunther.
Okay. What about Taj?
I'll just look like a generic person, like on the island. Blonde hair, brown eyes, like a dirty brown, blonde, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like white, like I don't know, like a tunic's not the right word, but like a blouse almost.
Like one of those sailor shirts.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And like some
Taj-
pantaloons or something.
Mhm.
Like just like a very normal
Pantaloons.
blendy-any.
Yeah, Taj has altered herself to look like sailor number 4.
Exactly.
in the credits. So you were kind of keeping a lookout. You can sort of maintain any sort of casual conversation if you'd like. Emmy, you're a parrot. Hayden, you were Hayden. And you wait a little bit, and people are there to eat, drink, and you see that the doors sort of swing open, and what you see is not Not who you're expecting, of course, but you see a hobgoblin who looks like he's just seen a ghost. Volrin has sort of entered into the establishment, sort of just like scanning the room, looking for someone.
Oh,
Making his way through the crowd.
I'm gonna go up to Volrin.
And he's sort of shouting at Silas. Silas! Silas! And he's way too fucking busy to be dealing with like whatever Volrin's got going on. And he just like holds up a hand and just puts up a finger like, 1 minute, bro, I'm busy. And he's just like, damn. He's just like turns around and is like scanning the crowd.
Don't you look at the what's that? The harbor.
I'm sorry, I'm not on duty. I'm sort of busy.
Oh, so it is you. Oh yeah, I recognize you.
Something I can help you with, stranger?
Oh, you look a little panicked. I thought I can get you buy you a drink or something.
No, I'm looking for a friend.
Oh, who are you looking for?
I'm familiar with. And you're like, just like, you're familiar with Captain Nazarick and the ship, the Unfortunate.
Oh yeah, of course I heard of Captain Azric. He's a real proper one. That one is.
And he sort of looks at you like, no shit. And he's like, oh, no shit. All right, guys, making a name for herself. Well, if you've seen him, tell him that just old pal Volrin's just looking for him. You're not friends with this crew or anything, are you?
I mean, I run into him maybe once or twice, but you know, everyone comes here in the evening, so I'm sure he'll show up.
All right. I'm just kind of like looking, like scanning behind you, like he's not paying attention to you. He's answering your questions, but is like preoccupied.
I point at Hayden. Oh yeah, I believe that's this quartermaster right there.
Excuse me. And he just like makes a beeline towards Hayden. Hayden, you see Volrin Tritus, the hobgoblin who works at the harbor. That kind of behind the counter is the fence for some of their ill-gotten goods for all pirates there. Has a slight limp on his right leg. Comes over to you and says, Quartermaster of the Unfortunate, right? I rolled.
Hayden.
Apologies. I think we may have briefly met. I'm not even sure if we have met. Do you know where your captain is? I need to speak to him post haste.
Well, he's not here. And if he's not with the ship, then I haven't the faintest. What is it a message I could pass along?
I need to speak to him immediately. Or Taj as well, if you've seen her.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen either of them for most of the day.
Shit. Alright, just tell them Volrin's looking for them and just tell them it's urgent.
And where will you be?
Here? Well, if you think they're coming back. You'll have rooms here, right?
That's correct.
Can I wait for them here? Is that fine? I don't want to impose.
It's a free establishment. I don't see why not.
He just plops down on a bar stool at the table that you always seem to secure. Like it's like magic. You're like the people that whenever you pull in, you always find a parking spot. Someone's pulling out and you just pull right in behind them.
It does kind of worry me a little bit that you have this urgent news about our ship. And you're unwilling to tell the ship's quartermaster.
No, there's nothing to do with your ship directly, Hayden. There's something to do with, well, our previous ship of sorts.
Ah. I suppose we'll have to wait till they show up, or I can go and see if I can locate them.
That would be appreciated, of course.
I kind of bump into Hayden and whisper, just send him to my room. And I go upstairs to Gunther and then change back to Azric when I get to the room.
Oh, Volrid, I'm gonna go look now.
Right. I'll be riding that.
Fine. I'm gonna head up to where our rooms are.
And you hear him sort of slam his hand on the table. Brom! Please! Gods!
Okay. We'll go to Azric's room. No, do whatever I need to do to let him know it's me.
The secret knock of the officers that they all know on the unfortunate.
Yeah. We have a secret knock.
Yes, come in.
Met your old friend. Is he always the nervous type, or is this especially bad?
I mean, usually, yeah.
Well, I think he has some news for you and Taj about your former employer.
Can you please send him up to the room? I can't be seen downstairs in case Blackthorn appears.
I mean, the pair is going to go with
Right,
Hayden
wait.
instead.
Okay, we'll go back down to Volrin.
Mm-hmm. Have you found him?
You're in luck. He was taking a nap in his room. And he invites you up. Follow us.
So Emmy, are you still on Azric's shoulder as a parrot?
I said I switched to Hayden.
So she,
Okay,
oh,
gotcha.
she on
So
my
you're on
shoulder.
Hayden's shoulder. Gotcha. Is Taj going to be up there to talk with him as well?
Yeah, I'll already be up there
Gotcha.
with Azric
Okay.
as Todd. Like if Azric dropped his disguise, I'll draw mine.
Yeah. Short time later, he comes up into the room. Kind of Hayden leads him up. Thank you, Hayden. Much appreciated. And he sort of steps in, and up to Hayden and Nimmy. Like I don't know if you're gonna stay and hear it or what. It's up to you all.
I suppose it's up to our captain. Is this something your officers should be hearing? Or shall we wait outside?
It might be best if you go outside. This is talks between old friends.
Oh.
Okay.
Bird has very high vocabulary.
Vocabulary!
All right. So the door closes and closes behind Hayden and Bird Emmy, and Volrin just is like, he's fucking back. I saw him.
What? Volrin, sit down. Who's back?
Marius Blackthorn is back on the island, not looking destitute, The last time I saw him, he looks confident. Has a ship, apparently.
How?
I don't know. I didn't ask. He was cordial to me.
Cordial?
He told me that he was looking for good sailors like me, and that I'd be welcomed with open arms, and that he is promising treasures beyond their worth in gold.
He's on that again.
I mean, he would have had every right to, stab me, much less welcome me.
Maybe he doesn't know.
I mean, a mutiny's a mutiny. I mean, everyone picks sides.
But maybe he doesn't know what side you were on.
I think my bump leg would beg to differ, but
Well, does he have? He must have some backer or something to acquire a new ship and look for new crew, and he lost everything. It's miraculous that he's shown up with a new ship and promising gold and adventure.
told me it's water under the hull. Can you believe that?
Not one bit.
This new ship, the Raven's Fortune.
Raven's Fortune?
New ship, new him. I mean,
if you don't mind me asking,
We're not in there.
We're not.
No,
I thought we were.
no, he told us to leave.
Oh, he told us to leave. Oh, I thought. Okay.
But you can talk to me.
you
I'm
can make a
parrot.
perception roll if you want to try and listen behind the door.
Ooh,
Yeah, you can do that.
Do it.
All right. Okay. I missed the part about leave.
That's okay.
No, I don't really hear anything.
Sure. You're a good quartermaster. You would never eavesdrop.
Of course not.
And he just sort of looks as he looks to Taj. He's like, "Can you read his mind or something to tell if he's telling the truth? If there's a ruse? I mean, he listened to you."
He was very favorable towards you, Taj, out of anyone on the ship.
Do you think that I should go and try to talk to him, or do you think this is dangerous?
I mean, he knows what side I was on. I don't know if he knows anything about. I can't speak to what he knows about anyone else. That's all I'm going to say.
I think we jumped over the ship when things got crazy. I don't know if he even saw us. Just that we weren't there. We could, Azric, say we were pushed.
I mean, things were real bad. But is it? I find it hard to believe that he would say everything waters under the hull. Is it just maybe this is a ruse to get the whole crew back together, and then he punishes everyone?
I mean, I don't know, Azric. I don't know what his intentions are. Even off, he said he's building his crew now, and there's room for advancement, room for a higher position than what I had.
What about Jorvis, the one who started all of it?
Jarvis is fucking dead.
All right, who knows? Could this might be someone impersonating Marius?
I don't know. I mean, you were the ones with, and he kind of makes jazz hands like magic.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't have the ability to, read minds.
I don't know what to do. I thought I'd never sail again. I don't know if I want to sail under him. The offer is, I mean, it's a great offer if I can believe it, but do you miss it?
Where was the last? When did you see him last? Did he say he was coming here to recruit people?
I mean, after it all went down, of course, he wasn't much of a ship left. Tried to round up some people that would follow him, but I mean, you're nothing without a ship and a strong crew. So he was sort of brushed aside by the others.
But he has a new ship. He's looking for a new crew and old crew. So, is he going to recruit here tonight? When you spoke with him, what did he say he was going to do?
If I changed my mind, just to meet him back here. He was going to address everyone. And I mean, I knew you all stayed here, so I thought I'd give you a heads up. He has to have some kind of backing. I mean, he had his own ship. He wasn't alone. He had his 4 other people with him.
Some new blood? People, some veterans? What?
I didn't recognize them. I mean, there's a human woman, a wood elf gentleman, another human gentleman on the older side, and then another half-elf man. I mean, I'd never seen them. I don't know if what crew they were a part of, but I mean, they seem to be a part of his or something. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, then I guess then the only thing left to do is to go downstairs and wait and see what he has to say. You're not thinking about going, are you?
There's a small part of me that misses it, Being back out there. I know I'd just be a burden to any crew with my leg, but I mean, I was fucking good at what I did, Wasted potential and all. I mean, the harbor, steady employment, decent coin, but it's not taking a prize, sharing it amongst your crew. I mean, there was some sizable prizes that we had on the Withered Rose. Especially after, Charge joined. Like his lucky charm, rabbit's foot, I don't know what you call it.
Oh, listen, you taught me everything that I know how to be a pirate. Not
everything, some of it's mine. Couldn't have you one-upping me.
Well, you're still a good shot, even though you have a bum leg. Doesn't mean you can still hold a pistol and shoot someone. That's why I asked you to join my crew.
Listen, I'm not much used to a vanguard. If I can't run over on the deck to the enemy ship.
Well, you could be like a sniper using arquebus. You don't have to swing on over. There's other things you can do, Vorin.
To be honest, I wasn't sure you could pull it off, but I mean, you obviously have. So, more power to you.
And if you're going to get up out there in the seas again, then please join my crew. You don't join Marius. He's probably still not in the right state of mind.
Oh,
even though if he has a background.
Well, just thought that you two should know. Look, Taj, I know that our sort of standing has been prickly at best, right? But I trust you. I trust Azric. And if you find out anything of what he's trying to do here, or any sort of hint of nefarious intent, just let me know. I'm not going to figure it out on my own. And I know you two could before I could anyway.
Do you know where he is staying?
From what I understood, they just got into port. Hasn't even laid his head to rest anywhere. I was probably the first person he saw.
Well, once we know where he is staying, then we can do things about finding out information.
Right.
All right, well, he said he's coming here, right? So let's just head downstairs, have a few drinks, and see if he shows up, and then hear him out.
Right. Right. I can show you where the table is, I think. Aiden got one.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll be down in a minute. I want to discuss some things with Taj real quick.
Right. Alright, I'll head down. And then he sort of leaves the room and goes down to find Hayden.
What do you think, Taj? Should we still keep our identity secret until... I mean, if he sees you, he's definitely going to want to talk to you.
I mean, it could go both ways. It could be that he doesn't know what side we were on. We could claim that we were pushed into the water, that we were unconscious. And we woke up in hospital and we've been trying to get back here ever since. We could also... I can use my clairvoyance if we know where he is, and we can listen in and see if there is something going on. But we need to find him first.
Well, I think he's coming here to the mermaid. We just have to wait it out. I say we still be disguised, and then if we need to make an appearance, then we will.
We'll see if he is angry or what his demeanor is like.
All right, then let's go downstairs. I think I'll stay as Azric, but I'll put like my hood up.
Golden special.
Have a little pipe.
All right. And you all head back down and sort of wait a bit. Valoran's looking just not well. You know, he's worried sick. Trying to give himself an ulcer or something.
Valoran. I give him like a shot of rum.
Mm-hmm. He's had plenty.
Calm your nerves. Come on.
It's fine. Everything's fine. All fine here.
Remember our breathing exercise. Ready? Deep, big. And just let it all out. Relax. All right, see? One more time. In. Now exhale. All right, better?
More rum, please. Just all stand up. And after probably a good like 30, 45 minutes, it's getting to the point where it's like the tail end of dinner service and people are just there to drink now at this point. People are sort of funneling in. And after a short amount of time, you see a group come in and everyone sort of just kind of turns. And you can see there is a human man, sort of rugged, weathered skinned, very commanding, empowered presence. His sharp blue eyes pierce across the room, sort of speaking to the countless journeys, treacherous waters that he's overcome in his years. He has scars crisscrossed on his forehead, which you hadn't seen the last time that you had seen him. He's got a sort of rugged, short 5 o'clock shadow beard of black, with long black hair sort of pulled back behind him, wearing his sort of well-worn but well-maintained attire. always favored wearing black, sort of like he liked the drama of it, the sort of presence it gave him. His long black cloak or coat, sort of striding behind him, and you see, sort of flanked at his sides, of Captain Marius Blackthorn as he enters. A wood elf gentleman, sort of young, quiet, unassuming presence, dark brown hair, sort of these sharp green eyes, seems calm, professional, wearing sort of quite wealthy attire, to be honest. Functional, but well made. You see a older human gentleman, sort of with dark skin, well weathered, maybe from the sea, maybe from battle. Tall, stern looking, some gray in the hair, brown eyes, short cropped hair. You see a half-elven gentleman, youngish, looks quite suave, clean shaven, short cropped, blonde hair, with some amber eyes. Looks well put together. Rapier at his side. And you see a woman, a human woman, probably late 20s or so. Blonde hair, slight build, green eyes. Looks sort of the has an air about her, confidence in herself. Wearing some sort of finery, bit of clothing. And they all sort of enter into this establishment. And everyone sort of turns to hear what he has to say. And he takes the opportunity of everyone sort of putting their attention on him. He just grabs a stool from someone and stands up on it to address the crowd. And that is where we'll take our break for the evening. So with that, everybody go grab some snacks, some beverage, go stretch your appendages, and we will be back here in just a few. BRB, everybody. And welcome back, everyone, where we left off. Our friends were just minding their own business in the tavern, and some friends, a friend of the past, showed up. Captain Marius Blackthorn, as he stood on a stool to address the crowd here. He stands on the stool, everyone's eyes sort of locked on him, and he's charismatic, no doubt. Any good captain would be. So just holds his head up and just sort of surveys the room. You all know me. Some of you may have even worked for me or with me. You know the trials, tribulations that I've endured. You've seen me at my lowest, and you've also seen me at my peak. Well, I am here to tell all of you that I'm not done yet. Captain Marius Blackthorn is back. Captain Marius Blackthorn has a ship, the Raven's Fortune, and I am looking for good crew. Crew that is hungry. Crew that is has the desire to have their dreams fulfilled. Crew that wants more gold than they could ever dream of. Crew that is loyal. He sort of gives a smirk and chuckles to himself, and then half the room starts laughing because he's sort of poking fun at himself. Of course, any captain would want that, wouldn't they? And I say to all of you here, whether we have crossed paths in the past, whether we have crossed swords, that is all behind me. I am looking forward only. So, if you feel as though you would like a new adventure, if you feel as though that you would like a little bit of advancement, speak to me. I'm here to listen. And I am here to make those willing to work with me filthy fucking rich.
We're just like in a room of a bunch of people, right?
Full of
crowded?
pirates. Oh yeah, the Drunken Mermaid's full all the time now with the vote coming up.
Can I roll a history check on the name of his new ship that he just said? What was it? The Ravens?
Fortune.
Okay.
I like duck my head down so like he doesn't know that it's like anyone in particular saying it. And I like use a different voice and I'm like, but what happened to your other crew?
And he sort of looks up and smiles. A fair question. Now you'll know that, well, the orchestrator was held responsible. And I can say that I did have some fault in that scenario. I lacked vision. I didn't tend to my flock as any good shepherd would. But that's the past. Gives a very solid, like, even keel answer. I'm a survivor. I have the scars to prove it. What was your history roll?
14.
Sounds like a badass name for a pirate ship.
But it's not one I've heard of.
No.
The crew that are with him, or people that we believe are his crew.
Yeah.
You said they were they were kind of well dressed, or?
Yeah, like some of them have some really fine sort of clothing. Some of them are, I mean, they look the part. Their shit looks nice.
I kind of like look at Taj and then look at Azric just to see how they're reacting to all this. Like, is this the same dude type of thing, or?
I mean, he looks like Marius. He sounds like Marius. I'm gonna do what Taj did in Gunther's voice. And where'd you get that ship?
A fair question. Well, and he sort of addresses the people standing next to him. These fine merchants here have grown tired of the day-to-day, the trials, the tribulations, the tax, the tariffs, the establishment. And they sought out someone who could pull them away from these things. They believe in my vision. They believe in me enough. Help me get back on my feet. Now, there are no pushovers. They have, of course, been amongst many of the merchant ships here that I'm sure that have been defending you all for the past few years. And he sort of chuckles. There's a couple good ones. In fact, I'm sure that some of you here used to be on their side. And you all know that's true. Hell, you recruited some people that were merchants and gave them the option. And you all understand that for some people, enough's enough. And they need to take their life into their own hands.
How's the crowd reacting?
Everyone's kind of just like looking around, and there's people like shrugging, you know.
What's your real goal?
And he just sort of looks same as you all. Prize. The gold, the treasure. And beyond, of course. We're all in search of the big one, of course. The one that would be the last time that you'd ever have to do this again. Where you could comfortably retire wherever you would want. And dare I say, I think I may have just found that. So, it might be a short-lived stint as captain once again, but I will make no mistake, any sort of prizes on the way, I'd be more than happy to take them. But with the information I have, I think we will need just one more.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's trying to run for the Congress.
Yeah. I'm not sure why Black Peak is so spooked.
Maybe she's spooked by his backers.
Could be. Captain Longthought gone, comes back, fully funded.
And you see sort of large burly Goliath woman sort of steps forward. I'll join. And then a couple seconds later, see a halfling gentleman, big tufts of sideburn. I'll join. And then you see like popcorn, right? You've got one kernel popping, another. And then you hear people just like, I have questions. And he just looks and says, I'd be happy to answer them.
I kind of like huddle, like get everybody close. We need information, right?
Aye.
I have a plan.
What is your plan?
Well, I volunteer for his crew.
That would reflect poorly on me if you left my crew.
Well, how else do we expect to get information?
Disguise self.
Damn
What
bad.
do it?
Or we could all disguise ourselves and try to, I don't know, do the same thing.
The best suited is Taj. Whereas there's no magic trick, it's just her ability.
I can do that. I can also make you guys look a little different. And then we all join. That way it is not magic either. It is just a disguise.
Well, looks like a job for Gunther and Graves, and
Gertrude.
Gunther, Graves, and Gertrude.
That sounds like a law office.
and our pet parrot,
Gilly. Gummy.
Gunther,
don't
Graves,
know.
and Gertrude, attorney at law. Have you been involved in a seafaring accident?
send a raven.
Yeah. We want you to get
All right.
paid.
I'll kind of like duck down because I had my hood up, and then I'll pop back up as Gunther. Oh, I'll join.
He just like points and just like nods.
I mean, I can't do that. I can't just look like somebody else. It's fine. As long as one of us can get close.
I mean, you could do it later.
Could I like use any like little thing that I see and like maybe like some scraps of fabric in my bag or something to like make Hayden look different on a whim, like dress him up a little bit while where we are, or is that kind of a stretch?
I mean, it would like for that short amount of time, it'd be like putting on a pair of those like glasses with the funny nose and the mustache.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
like you've got the skills and you've got the material to do it, but it's a finely like crafted skill that you have. It's not a we'll slap a mustache on you and call it good. Or you could do that, but you're not gonna fool a lot of people.
Yeah. When I use my changeling thing, it's like I don't have to say like abracadabra, like it just is, right?
It's not magic. It's an inherent like characteristic of being a changeling.
Yeah, I
So
go
you
to the
just-
bathroom and come out as somebody else.
Okay.
And then join the crew.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Volren's sort of like looking around, and like this starts to die down a little bit. And he's like walking around, like shaking hands with people, and people are like talking about how they're interested. And he's just kind of fielding questions a bit, and like the other four just kind of following him. And he's sort of walking around the tavern, and he spots Volren, and he just goes, "Volren, you know, I still have a spot for you. I'm not trying to pressure you or anything, but it's yours if you want it. I mean, I could even be convinced. Bosun, maybe? Who knows? You're a good hand."
He really wants him.
Volren is just like, I just sort of have to think about it. It's fine. Take it or leave it. We'll be leaving soon enough, but there is a timetable here. Just let me know. And he just says, you ran across anyone else from the crew? And Volren says, "Oh no, of course not. I haven't seen. I don't even remember most of the crew, to be honest. Just bumped my head, and all the it's the worst deception like you've ever seen. And he just puts his hand on his shoulder. It's like, Volren, it's all right. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. It's all right." And he says, "Look, if if you've seen any of them, have them come talk to me themselves. They know where to find me. I'm more than willing to speak with them. Now, to be quite honest, I am looking for the deck wizard, obviously. I can't find one of those just speaking to the crowd, so... Very important part of a pirate's crew. And he sort of looks at Vol and he goes, and we had a good one, so if you hear anything, let me know. Vaughn's like, of course I will. I have to think about it, and I have the job here and it pays well and there are benefits to it. I can drink for free on certain nights. And he's like, he just kind of puts his hand up. You don't have to justify your decisions to me. But I'm here. And one of the people with him, the woman wearing the sort of fine clothes with the blonde hair, sort of like whispers something to him, and he goes, well, I need to be making the rounds, so, good to see you. Are you still sitting at the table, Hayden? Or did you, because they sort of, your friend's shape changed and they're around.
Well, I suppose I haven't really gone anywhere since.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sour Azric's image if I volunteer for my services, so I'm just gonna hang back and see how everything plays out.
Mm-hmm. And she sort of looks across the table and she says, it's good solid work. A decent plan if any of your friends are interested. Volrin, right? She sort of nods and she sort of like pans across and looks at Volrin, looks at Hayden, looks at Gunther and Taj's persona and then Amy, are you still a bird on Hayden's shoulder?
Yeah, I'm a bird named Gummy. Whatever it was.
Cute bird.
Bird.
Well, Captain, when do you plan to set sail?
I think that's entirely dependent upon how quickly I can resupply and, gather a crew. I imagine we would, of course, do some initial easy prizes just to get a feel of a new team working together.
Aye. Will you be taking part in the Captain's Congress?
Well, I suppose that I am a captain. I would have every right to take part in the Congress. Who's running?
Black Peak put her hat in the name dropping hat.
Black Peak. When did she get political?
Looks like there was a fire lit under her furnace, and she's putting her name in the hat. Captain Mira, I believe. Also,
solid choice.
Putting her name in there.
Maybe I got here too late. Maybe I could have ran, but maybe after this, if I have any inkling, but I'm not sure I will.
Oh, Captain Ulrich, but his ship sank suddenly in the port.
Ulrich?
Got no ship, so he can't run anymore.
Right. Yeah, it's a shame. But there is a vacancy, of course. Well, I'll be around. If you're interested. Any of you, of course. Just like scans you all.
What's the percent? What's the cut?
Now everyone gets a share, of course, and the officers will get, you know, their bigger cuts depending on position. Standard, of course.
Can I roll insight now that I'm face to face with him to see if this is really, really him or?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, come on. Here we go. 15.
Yeah, I mean, same guy. What just kind of points out in your mind is it is Captain Marius Blackthorn on like his best of days. Right. But mannerisms, the walk, the talk. It's, make no mistake, it's him.
Okay.
And he sort of just like looks over, like, and just kind of see like you all at the table. You're in the vicinity, and he's like, "Which crew are you all part of? I mean, I don't want to be accused of poaching people's crew. I'm just curious. You know, maybe I can do better than what you've got in your current lot."
I'm actually looking for a ship to join.
Mm-hmm. Well, in between ships. Understood. He looks over at Hayden. What about you, tall, dark, and handsome?
Shame to say it, but I'm the same as this one over here. Not exactly employed at the moment.
Well, I mean, now is as good a time as any to put yourself out there. Every ship in the patronage is here, so...
Well, plenty to choose from.
Indeed. Come find me if you choose mine. I'm sorry. And your friend here. And he sort of just addresses Taj in altered self.
I'm debating if I'm a boy or a girl. I'll be a girl.
Okay.
And he asked for my name.
He just asked, like, hey, who are you? Like, just chit-chatting. What ship are you on? Like...
I'm trying to think of... yeah. I don't know any other ship names. I'm just gonna not be a part of a ship.
Yeah. A time is really that hard where there's just a whole group of pirates that are just between ships?
Well, this is the perfect place to find a crew, especially with the Captain Congress. So every single ship is here at the docks.
That is true. If we were interested in joining yours, where would we find your ship? What's she look like?
This is the one that looks brand new. Of course, it's a fine ship. Now, it's no galleon of sorts, but it is good ship, good bones. More of a brigantine of sorts. So, less people, more of a cut. No issues with old sails or constantly repaired hull. She's fast and full of firepower.
How many people are you looking to gather?
I mean, as many as necessary, of course. I mean, I wouldn't mind between 40 and 50. That would get me a full crew and a vanguard if needed.
All right, count me in.
You have any skills?
well, I've done all sorts of work, from cabin boy to taking care of the powder. I also have a little bit of magic.
Oh, indeed. How much?
I cast I take like a dirty cloth and I cast prestidigitation.
He sort of just nods. Useful. Now, I'm not trying to be rude, not quite deck wizard material, but maybe one day if you work on your craft. If you know anyone, of course, that may have the sort of acumen, I'd be very interested. A handsome cut, of course, as any deck wizard worth their salt should demand.
Oh, if I ever come across, well, I'll let you know.
Right. Very well. Well, I'll be making the rounds, of course. Do come find me if you're interested.
Will do, Captain.
And he sort of goes around and, the people with him, the crew that he has, will just give you all a nod. And the woman, she goes, were any of you merchants before? Have I worked with any of you? I don't want to be rude if I have.
I mean,
Well, who did you used to represent before you turned pirate?
Here and there, of course. You know, the best way to make the money is to not represent an island, is to represent their interests.
Does she look familiar to us?
Not to you.
I mean,
It's not Victoria, is it?
Victoria.
Who's Victoria?
Even Max is like, "Who the
Yeah,
fuck
I
is
know, I'm
Victoria?"
trying to. I'm pulling back the Rolodex. What was that?
Victoria Whitewood from Whitewood Investments.
No. Thank you.
Oh.
Whitewood got it from me. Not Victoria Whitewood.
Is she the person whose ship we stole?
Mm-mm.
Okay, thank goodness.
Did you work with Victoria Whitewood?
Well, I mean, who hasn't in some capacity, right, on that side of the shipping?
I mean, I spent some of my younger time bouncing from merchant ship to merchant ship. Where do you hail from?
Here and there. I mean, I spent some time, in my youth on Osham. I've been to Linares. Here and there. What? Did any of you serve on... Oh, what was the name of that ship? I don't remember.
Oh, that's really unfortunate you don't remember.
Huh. Was it the, such a stupid name for a ship. Oh no, this seems silly, of course. Maybe I would just, there was a ship that was going back and forth between Linares, and it was called the Golden Librum. Such a pompous name, right? The people that were in charge of it were into shipping tomes, scrolls, sort of thing. Linares to Rosenton, back and forth.
I can't say I've ever heard of it. What made you turn pirate?
Well, I mean, to be honest, I got just tired of it all, honestly. I didn't really make that much. And I served as a quartermaster. Oh, well, sorry, I'm learning the new jargon. First mate on the merchant ship quite a while. And it's just, you wouldn't believe like how little you'd get on a merchant vessel.
Oh, sorry. My name's Gunther.
Gunther, nice to meet you.
Yours?
Serena. Pleasure.
Likewise.
You can call me Hayden. I knew of several merchant companies when I was a child. What was it? The Golden what?
Libram. I know, it's just... It's the worst.
I'll roll a history.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Sounds stupid. You're like, who would name that?
I don't quite know the name of the particular ship, but there was one company my father often did business with and had a habit of coming up with stupid names for ships. But this was not from Osham. It's from somewhere else.
No, I mean, this one in particular was just back and forth. You know, I know we spent some time in Linares, Roston. I mean, you know how it goes. If were any of you merchants before this?
Nope.
Apparently, just me. Not really a merchant, but a deckhand.
Surprising.
Have you ever heard of the have you ever heard of the High Winds by chance?
It rings a bell, of course. Weren't they were some family out of Osham, right? I may have actually sailed on one of their vessels a time or two, to be honest.
I see.
Why did you serve on one of their ships at any time?
In a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Hmm.
I don't believe they're around anymore.
It's a shame. Well, anyway, listen. I'm sorry, go ahead.
This captain you're with, apparently he has some history here.
Was quite formidable.
Well, from what I have heard, he met with a nasty end. So it's quite a surprise to see him walking about, very much alive and healthy. Where did you meet him?
I mean, everyone deserves a second chance, right? We've all been down on our luck a time or two.
Suppose you're right, most cases. You seem like trustworthy.
As far, yes. And I think that he has a solid plan, of course. And like I had mentioned, me and, well, my mates here, we put him out. Thought it was a good idea and said, you know, tired of this life anyway. I mean, surely you all have felt the same at some point in your lives.
Yeah. Some people end up here out of necessity. They have nothing else. Some are seeking a second life. It runs the gambit, you know.
You know, and I think it was just incredible happenstance where it's just right place, right time, right? We were looking for somewhere to go. He was looking for people to work with, and that was that.
Well, word of warning. I don't think you'll find a single man or woman on this island that'll tell you this life is easy.
Of course not.
Things come your way. Things happen. Your life can change on an instant. Sometimes, life or death is literally a stone's throw away. Trust me. I know.
Well, I mean, if it was easy, everyone would do it, right?
Fair point. And sorry, I did not mean to drag on or keep you away from your captain. I'm sure you have business.
That I do. But you know what? You all seem lovely. If you change your minds or if you're interested, I know that you are, Sir Gunther. Just go and talk. Talk with him, talk with me. Either way. We'll have a drink. We'll hash things out. Anyway.
Well, where should we meet after this?
Well, I think that we're not going to necessarily ramp up until after the Captain's Congress vote, because that seems as though it's quite preoccupying a lot of people's minds at the moment.
Right.
We also think that if, depending on how things might go, maybe some people might want to jump ship afterwards. You know, maybe some one who threw their hat in the ring and they end up losing. I mean, you know how people can get if someone's humiliated, they don't want to work with someone anymore, they think they can do better, sort of things.
Happens all the time.
But yeah, I think after the vote would be the time to, of course, do, I don't want to say interviews, but if we have enough people that want to go, we may have to do something along those lines, assess people's skills of sort. But anyway, it was nice to meet you all, of course, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Pleasure.
Sort of nods and goes back into the crowd, catches up with the rest of them, and then everyone's sort of doing the same thing. If all the rest of his crew are like kind of branching off and talking to people and like gaining, you know, trying to garner interest, and so is Blackthorn as well.
Oh, Hayden, looks like the Golden Libra caught your interest.
I mean, I've never fucking heard of it, but I mean, I haven't run into many folks that sailed with merchants in quite some time. So I thought maybe I could possibly found somebody who'd at least heard of my family. But it doesn't seem like this person. I mean, she can't be barely older than me, so I doubt she would know. Or have sailed with my father.
Well, when all this is over, we can... I mean, Osham's right northeast. Take a little stop.
Yes, we have far more pressing concerns. Speaking of which, is this the guy you remember?
I mean, pretty much, like, top of his game. Back in the old days.
He certainly doesn't seem like a raving lunatic.
I don't know what's really going on here and how he convinced a bunch of merchants to back him to get him a brand new ship. That's no easy task.
Your thoughts, Taj? Or what? I don't know your name, actually. Friendly lady acquaintance.
Georgette? There's someone with a G.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
Gertrude, yeah.
Gertrude. Well, I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. Doesn't seem like he's the Congress type, though.
It may be one of his goals back in the day. I mean, he was pretty much ramping up for it. Getting that big hole.
Yeah. But he's not. Doesn't seem to have let go of it.
I'm rather curious, not having this appearance, how he would react to seeing Captain Azric.
Well,
Sounds like he's looking for Taj.
he's a wizard. I would ask him his opinion. But
Opinion.
yes, that's right. So, are you going to meet with him, do you think? As your current self?
I think we got enough information.
He said he wasn't going to run real quick. Did I imagine that?
What?
I thought he said it
Didn't
was too
he say
late.
he
or something.
wasn't putting his hat in for the Congress?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Just making sure I didn't imagine that.
Hopefully, the information we have is enough for Blackbeak.
Maybe we should split up and talk to the other three. That older gentleman over there. And the half-elf. And the other elf.
Sounds fine to me.
Alright. Well, there used to be merchants. Maybe you might get some more information.
We'll see.
Alright, I'm gonna go talk to the elderly looking gentleman.
Suppose I'll talk to the elf then.
As you all are like getting ready to just split up, you see Whisper come by the table, sort of looking around, and then sees Hayden. What the fuck was that?
That was called information gathering.
No, I mean, who the fuck was that?
Oh, who the fuck was that?
Hmm.
I don't know. The captain and 3 of his crew, I suppose.
Well, can't decide if she thought she knew you, if she was sweet on you.
I would like to believe it's the latter.
You're not that cute.
Huh?
You're not that cute. I could spell it out for you if you'd like.
He's jealous.
Well, it's neither here nor there. There's that we have a job to do. So
Well, she wants information. So, what's the plan?
well, right now we're going to approach the 3 crew we haven't talked to. See if we can get any more out of them. As of right now, though, it doesn't appear he has any goals for a seat. That's not why he's here. Recruitment is why he's here.
What's bugging
What?
me is how does he fucking show up? Now. Bankrolled. Spouting off about treasure to end all treasure.
Well, I mean, that's pretty much our biggest question as well. And that's why we're hoping to maybe get some more information from his crew. Maybe some details that the one didn't offer. I don't understand it. From everything Azric's told me, he should be, I don't know, bottom of the sea. But they say it's him.
I'm gonna go scope out this ship. See what I can see.
I don't think it'd be hard to miss her. She's brand new.
If they fucking start going back, just find a way to let me know.
Aye.
And then she just like looks at the rest of the table and like sees Hayden, sees 2 randos, sees a bird on Hayden's shoulder, and she just goes, cute. Just like walks off. She's like, fuck y'all do it.
She knows our shenanigans.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, Hayden didn't just hang out with people, right? Occasionally, maybe, but
I might befriend a senior citizen once in a while.
yeah,
Oh, that was a mistake. We should have all been old people.
too young for Hayden to be friends with them.
Should have been an old parrot.
Oh, that's a good idea. I'll talk to the elf. You talk to the older one.
So there is a wood elf, a human older gentleman, and a half elf gentleman. So is the plan that each of you is going to talk to each of them?
Yep. Get to learn more about them and kind of figure out why they backed Marius.
Cool. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
Gotcha. All right, so you approach at Azric's request the elderly of of the 3. He looks like battle worn, like but probably like early 60s, maybe. Great shape. He's the one with like the short cropped hair and like the dark colored weathered skin, some scars, maybe from battle or something.
Were there any like relatively full mugs of ale or something on a table nearby?
Yeah, I mean, a sleight of hand check and you just swipe somebody's drink.
Okay. Sleight of hand. 21.
Yeah, you can grab 2 big old mugs,
I will
freshly
do that.
poured.
Is he like standing or at a table? Or?
Yeah, he's just standing around talking to people.
Also, what time of day is it?
And it's after dinner, 8, 9 p.m. The night is young.
I'll approach him, holding out one of the mugs. Say, evening, mate.
Oh, yes. Good evening. How can I help you? Are you interested in joining?
Well, it certainly sounds like he's gearing up for an adventure. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm relatively new to the island, so I don't really know this Captain Maris too well. He does seem to cut. He's a noticeable fella. Everybody seems to know him. Well, when did you meet him? Come across him? Is he a fine captain?
As far as I know, he seems like a fine captain. I mean, we've been in league with him for a few, short weeks, maybe a month or so, but I mean, we've got a line on good piece of treasure, I think, so it's worth the risk. Now, he looks at you. You look like a strong lad. I could use you on the vanguard. Now, don't let my looks deceive you. I have been in many a battle. I served as guards on merchant crews. I've served in the armies, of course, before that.
I've bounced around from ship to ship. Trust me, I know a seasoned sailor when I see one. You said here's a line. You hear it quite a lot with our sort. The big prize, more gold than you can fathom. Empty promises half the time.
I know it sounds far-fetched, but there is truth to what he is saying. Now, I'm not going to divulge our plans here in the middle of this tavern for all those to hear, but those that are willing to join will be rewarded, surely, handsomely. You seem like a seasoned young lad, and you just can't give away information to anyone who asks. But think to yourself, if there was no truth to this, why would we be here? Why would we be in league with him?
Well, I suppose that's the crux of what I'm trying to get at here. Because I have no history regarding this captain, so I figured seasoned man of fortune would have a good reason, and so I figured you'd be the most reasonable person to ask about who this man is.
Just let me say that I have staked a sizable portion of my retirement on this. If that doesn't convince you, I don't know what will.
But at the very least, it says you have a high amount of trust. So, that'd be enough, I suppose, to satisfy many people here. There's people of all walks of life here, and I don't know. You see very few that end up getting, I suppose, sponsorship from the type of folk that he seems to be in league with. If that amount of money's invested, is he beholden to anyone? Is he, I suppose, Does he have a greater allegiance than that of his crew?
Same as any other captain, of course. But they're all beholden to their crew. I just, sometimes it just takes a little bit of faith. Just kind of puts his hand on your shoulder. Have to believe sometimes that everything will work out. But I think it will in this case. Now, I would of course love to speak with you again. I know we'll be ramping things up after the Congress election of sorts. So.
Yes, I mean, I am interested. I have enough years under my belt. Held many positions on the deck of a ship, so perhaps I'll have the chance to speak with you again here soon.
Very well, nice to meet you, and
Hayden, by the way.
of course, Hayden Atalon.
Atalon. Well, pleasant evening. Good
Yeah.
luck.
And he sort of strides off and starts talking amongst other people. And Taj, you are speaking with the half-elf who's kind of got the blonde hair that's kind of short cropped a bit and styled. Has like a fine rapier at his side. Looks very charismatic. How do you approach this gentleman?
And who is he to the ship?
One of the people that was with Captain Blackthorn that came in with him. One of the merchant gone pirate.
I guess I just kind of approach and ask, so how long have you been with him?
Well, it's only been a few weeks or so, but he's, very convincing, has a solid plan that I think is just going to just work out swimmingly, of course. Now, do you have any particular set of skills on a ship? We have quite a bit of interest on this, but if you have the skill set, you're more than welcome to join, and you'll make riches, of course.
What kind of riches?
I mean, like anyone else, your share of the take, of course. And, well, I know these things are thrown around, but just the plans that we have, the treasure that we seek, mind-blowing, I'll say, life-changing.
What treasure? I mean, wouldn't everybody already know about it if it was this mind-blowing?
If everyone already knew about it, wouldn't they have gotten it already?
That's what I'm trying to say. How do we know it's not a ruse?
Well, I mean, I have a personal stake in this ship, much like my other compatriots here. And, well, what we have is information that I think is not privy to everyone, so we have an advantage, of which, of course, I can't just divulge here. That would not be quite smart of me to do.
Right, but I'm interviewing you as much as you're interviewing me.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but I mean, we have tons of interest here. I would, of course, love to discuss your skills, what sort of things you bring to the table.
Well, I'm a deck wizard, so...
A deck wizard? What's your speciality?
I don't know, what is my specialty? Is that the registered or not registered?
No, he's just asking, like, schools of magic, like, what's your spiel? Like, what are you good at? What do you do?
I don't know, I'm trying to lie. I don't know the other schools.
What was it that guy you guys framed last week did? He was always doing Firebolt, right? Just steal his vibe.
Fire.
Evocation. Now, I am not, of course, use it myself, but it's interesting. I've tried the. He's like starts like making weird hand motions,
He
like
just
he's
start trying to mansplain magic to the deck wizard.
he's like, I've tried. It's just I don't have it. I don't have it. But I mean, we are looking for a deck wizard that would have. I mean, I don't want to go around saying this, but if you are indeed someone who has the talents, I've heard that they'll have a bigger than usual share than the normal agreement. Maybe some sort of demonstration. What are you capable of?
Set his hat on fire. Do it.
I need to look at the spells I have prepared because I don't know if I have any fire spells prepared.
Such a amazing
Is it casting fire spells worked out so well for you in campaign 1 in the middle of a bar?
So well, we do that, and it doesn't work out. Well, you can't expect me to cast fire in the middle of a pub, can you?
Smart. Of course.
You're acing the interview.
Well, there is some competition, and no offense, I know that the captain has someone in particular in mind, of course, they always do, but I'd be
Who are they
more
looking
than
for?
someone he's worked with previously. I don't know, seem to enjoy working with him. But if you'll just let me know what your name is, I'll pass the information along, because as far as I know, there aren't a whole lot of deck wizards with experience looking for ships at the moment.
Well, I'm more interested in the competition. What is their expertise?
As far as I know, he liked the sort of. He wants someone not overt in, raining hell down upon the enemies. He wants something more along the lines, more subtle, more discreet, more ability to see, to understand, to partake in those sort of more. I don't know how to say. See the future of sorts. I don't know, like.
So he's looking for somebody like that?
Someone like that. But I'm sure that if you're a deck wizard yourself, I'm sure you could scrounge up some of those things yourself, so.
Why he's looking for that?
Put this in terms that I understand, of course. When someone is directing a play and they're writing the parts of sorts, sometimes the playwright has a character and they already have someone in mind to play that character. And that's kind of how I understand it. He has a role that he wants filled and already knows who he wants to have that role filled. He's worked with them in the past. Trust them. I didn't dig that hard. As far as I know, they're not even here. So I'm just trying to do my part to make sure that we actually have candidates.
Interesting. Thanks. And I walk away.
Come find me tomorrow.
I don't even give him my name. I'm like, I don't fucking care.
Okay. And then Azric.
I send a message to Azric. I'm assuming message itself is like discreet, right? Just because of the nature of the spell.
Yeah, I think
it
it says you like
message, and then like it goes to them.
I think message is one of the ones where it specifically says, like, to cast a spell, you whisper into like the component. Is how message works. Normally, it's like, message, like not yell, but like think of,
Harry Potter. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like saying it with gumption.
Yeah, exactly.
I message Azric and let him know that they're looking for us, like specifically, like a crew with our talents, and essentially saying that like he wants me as their deck, like he's looking for Taj. and to try to figure out why, if there's motives or.
You can respond if you wish.
Well, he can't have you. But thank you.
Azric, you sort of get your direct transmission in your brain from Taj as you're walking up to the wood elf gentleman who's just kind of quiet, unassuming. People are asking him questions and he's giving like very direct, succinct answers, but not being super boisterous or like not a very good salesperson kind of thing. Maybe that's not their expertise.
How's the pirate life treating you?
Fine so far. You?
Well, can't complain. Got a bunch of gold in my pocket and all the jail I can drink.
Better than some.
Not quite an entrance you lot came in about. Gonna put a confident?
Have to make an entrance to make waves, right?
Aren't you trying to talk to people, convince them to join?
I mean, I'll answer questions. I'm not the talky type.
Well, what kind of type are you then?
I mean, I have my talents, of course.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna express interest and try to join the crew, best know what everyone's capable of.
Well, I'm a crack shot. Bows, rifles, pistols, and crossbows, daggers, darts.
Right, combat type. I like that.
More
Name's
subtle than
Gunther.
overt. Gunther. Beneath.
Beneath. Well, that's a particular name. Where you hail from?
Why are you so interested in me?
Well, if you're gonna join a crew, you're all gonna be mates.
We have to be a crew. There's a difference. Ilanular, if you are wondering where I hail from.
Well, you know what? Let me get you a drink, huh?
Ale over.
Mm-hmm.
Try to get a barkeep to get some ale.
All right. Well, heard you all lot were looking for a deck wizard.
That's the truth.
I mean, I myself used to be a gunner, but you know, I dabble a little bit in the arcane arts.
How much do you dabble?
Well, I can make myself invisible
What else?
and create total darkness.
No. Any other particular skills besides those? Not having to do with sight.
You mean like negotiations?
Can you see things? Can you predict things? You have a knack for finding things.
Well, no, not in particular.
I'm not going to work out then.
There is a wizard I know who can do such things.
Well, best person I should be talking to then. No offense, of course. There's other jobs, if you're interested. But I don't think Deck Wizard's what you're going to get. Just being honest.
Well, like I said, I'm have a gunner experience, nail master experience.
Well, we got guns, we got sails. We'll need tending.
Well, what's your take in all this? It doesn't sound like you're a merchant like the other three.
You'd be surprised.
Now, what is you dabbling?
I'm following. What am I good at?
Oh, well, you said I'd be surprised, so you must be a merchant before, huh? What was your trade?
Well, I did some of the, we say, underhanded work that involves that sort of thing.
Ah, smuggler.
Of sorts. The sort of things that the companies don't want their investors to know about.
No, I heard this crazy story. Someone kidnapped someone stole a statue and had it shipped. Is that one of you lots?
Who the hell would steal a statue?
Hell if I know, it's just telling about a story.
Doesn't ring a bell to me. I'm sure people. Oh, if you know I'm a smuggler, why are you talking about smuggling statues? You can just ship a statue.
I mean, can't just ship a statue you don't want seen.
You get the idea. Like this guy, like he's not thick. He's not like he's just doesn't like to talk. He's extremely like close to the vest, very introverted, direct to the point. He's not a conversationalist.
Well, is there a finder's fee if I get you this deck wizard?
I'm sure it could be arranged.
All right, very well.
What's your fee?
Oh, 50 gold.
Why swing that?
All right, I'll go
Who's
find
the-
him.
Who's the deck wizard?
Well, if I give you that name, you might beat me to the punch.
Well, you'll know and find me.
All right, you have a good one.
Mm-hmm. And he just kind of just stays in the same spot, like kind of arms crossed. And like people were approaching him and like crowded around and like asking him questions. And then it seems like he'll answer them and then they kind of gravitate back towards the other two that are like being more like, you know, hyped about it, into the captain as well.
Does he just have like a negative charisma?
He's not very charismatic at all. Not whatsoever.
I was like, the captain should have got somebody else to help him spread the word.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll head back to the table.
Yeah. So you all reconvene conveniently at similar times to sort of
Can
compare
I
notes.
say that while they were talking to people, since I can't really be in the conversations, can we just say that I flew up into like a rafters near where the captain was so I could just like listen in?
Yeah. And he's doing the similar, like shaking hands, like grandiose, like aspirations, that sort of stuff. With just anyone who
I don't
listens.
catch any like in between like talking. He has like a private word with one of his people or anything like that. That's what
No,
it's okay if not. I just
They've sort of like spread across to try and like talk to people and like garner like support for him and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, so you all can reconvene at the table if there's anything you all would like to discuss.
Well, how did it all go? The person I talked to was like talking to a brick wall.
Huh? The older gentleman has been around for some years on ships. Claims took out a large portion of his retirement to fund this venture, so he firmly believes in what Marius is selling.
Well, they are definitely looking for Deck Wizard. The beautiful one. The most beautiful wizard I've ever seen.
It's Tosh.
No. I'm trying to think of what to say.
I was like, I'm a parrot. I can't do anything.
No. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sick, so I'm not like here right now. What was said to me? I'm sorry.
I was just saying they're looking for the most beautiful wizard I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And I like flip my hair or whatever.
So I think that is their main goal, but other than that, it seems like they're looking for a crew, and they didn't really divulge much information. So either we pretend to join, or we figure out after the Captain's Congress.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh, I think we have enough information to report back. Did anyone hear from Whisper?
Well, I briefly spoke to her before we went about talking to our marks. She didn't say where she was going necessarily. I guess to scout out this ship of theirs, maybe.
All right. I believe we'll need to... I guess we'll just wait for her. We need to contact her somehow and report back together. We don't want to report back without her.
It may take a minute, or she's going all the way out to the ship in the harbor and like scoping it out and having to come back. But as you all are discussing, you had mentioned, Emmy, that you were in the rafters and you saw your friends kind of coming back together. And you start flapping over to your friends as they all reconvene. And you see with your little bird eyes that the blonde-haired woman that came to the table to talk to you all does whisper something in Captain Blackthorn's ear. And then they begin to leave together. And he starts like placating, like, we'll be back, see us after the Captain's Congress. And then they make an exit. A few moments later, the one identified as Adelon starts to walk out, and then the other one that Tajin didn't get the name of start to walk out.
Yeah, the second the captain walked out, because I remember Whisper said to warn her if they were heading back. So I immediately, I'll go under the table and then turn back into Emmy and then crawl out. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I can do this. I can do this as a parrot. I'm gonna land on Azric's shoulder and be like, what was the guy's name again? The captain? Fuck.
Blackthorn.
What?
Marius Blackthorn.
Marius! Leave!
Are you calling at me? Don't fly.
Leave! Shit!
Yes, go. You.
Whisper!
You go. You're fucking dead.
Should I fly
What am I
off? I don't
supposed
want to
to
go
do?
find Whisper.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna fly off to warn Whisper. Yeah, I just realized I am our best. Am I our best way to do it? No, because Dodge has Whisper, right?
You mean message?
Or
Message is
message.
100 feet.
Oh, okay. I'm our best bet. I fly as fast as a parrot can fly.
Or you can listen to them.
And you sort of follow them out. And what you notice, and the Drunken Mermaid is very close to the port, right? It's like the first thing that you see when you get on Black Ren Cove. And you distinctly see Captain Blackthorn and the woman with him who introduced himself as Serena. They turn the opposite direction of the port and are heading somewhere completely different.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna follow him.
And that is where we'll end our episode this evening. With the parrots in tow, checking out where they're going. So thanks everybody for hanging out with us and watching the episode. Very much appreciate it. Hopefully you all enjoyed yourselves. If you didn't know, you can go subscribe to us over on YouTube. where you get some other videos that aren't on Twitch. Or you can subscribe to our podcast too.
Don't yell at them.
I can yell at them.
And maybe they like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
They might like
Do y'all
that.
like? Do y'all like that? Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Hey,
yelling.
We're
hey,
trying to get your
you.
yum.
Yeah. You. What are you doing?
You take that beautiful finger and you click that mouse and you hit that subscribe button.
Yeah. And if you don't, then there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm going to talk real sternly anyway. Thank you all.
Not mad. He's just disappointed.
Thanks, real easy.
But yeah, check us out on YouTube as well. Check us out on our Patreon if you want early access to all of our podcasts. And you can also get our podcast everywhere that podcasts are sold. And last and not least, come hang out on our Discord. Say hello to us.
Hi.
Let us know what your favorite bird is, so Emmy can turn into that next time.
Yeah. What bird should Emmy be next
Not a
time?
seagull.
Seagull, raven, and parrot. What's next? I feel like those are the only piratey birds I can think of. I don't know what's left. A penguin, like a little penguin. What?
Pelican.
A pelican? Oh, so you're
Mm.
okay with pelicans, just not seagulls.
Yeah.
Pelican's good.
Ooh, or an osprey.
It's not just a seagull.
No, they're not.
Osprey.
And also, if you are, yeah, that'd be a great omen. If you are in our Twitch chat, we're rolling a poll right now where you can vote for the MVP of the episode, and whoever gets the most votes is going to get an inspiration that they can use, which they will certainly be needing. So make sure to get your votes in on who you think is the MVP of the episode, because I need those inspirations. It really helps them out.
What's that mean, Max?
You always need them.
Yeah, but
Does
You
anyone
always
else
need 'em.
have
we're gonna actually
feeling-
need them next time.
Does anyone else have a sinking feeling that Max gave us a hint that we were supposed to like connect some dots in tonight's episode that we just like didn't?
That's a thought for after combat or out of combat.
Yeah. me and Moobs and VS will be doing this episode's Out of Combat, so that will be airing on Thursday. If you don't know what that is, it's
Grill and VS.
where you get all the secrets in that episode. So it's a tie between Emmy and Hayden. I want you to do a roll
I think I
off.
have one. Wait. I already have one, so Hayden can have it. Look,
There
I
you
didn't even
go.
do anything this episode. I just was a parrot.
That's enough.
Hayden deserves it.
That's
It's enough.
Yeah, you're enough. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us and watching us. And we will see you all next time.
I need to go
Bye-bye.
memes.
Yeah. Go memes.
Babies.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.